phone call. So anyways, if you're really trying to lose weight, or something where you're so focused on that, and then you're starting to revolve and it's like, and so you have like momentum, and you're structuring your life around this thing, and is that really what God wants you to do? Does God care how heavy you are, or if you have six-pack? And especially if you have so much momentum and you're filling your schedule up with things related to that, how hard is it for God to pull you away to do what He needs you to do? Or if you see somebody who is maybe struggling, I can't stop. I'm on my way to the gym, and then after the gym, I gotta go home and I gotta meal prep, and or I have another training session here, or you gotta get the sauna or the tanning. I don't. You see what I mean? Or like if you become have too much momentum going in one way, it's harder to pull you to be pulled, unless God is the one giving you that momentum. But that's where you find this out. But you have to be open here. For this to make sense, you have to be here. You have to be open, and you have to say, all right, I am not the greatest source of wisdom. There's a greater source than me. I have limitations. I don't know always the right thing to do in every situation. Let me figure out a better way, and let me unencumber myself, disentangle myself from things that aren't fulfilling me, that are merely distracting me, and I've become either I've been tricked or allowed myself to be tricked into thinking that I'm going to get fulfillment and peace by pursuing these worldly things, these worldly treasures. So focusing on your minimums regarding your needs, your relationships, your schedule, fasting. So going sometimes without food or water, and other things. Start with small things like TV or social media. Take a day here and there, or do a Sabbath thing once a week. Just go without certain things, just to put things in perspective for you. You can become humans are creatures of habit. Try to break those habits. And then minimalism too, owning less, owning just what you need and no more. It's a trendy thing now, but there's some truth there, and you can probably explore that and learn some of the strategies there. But the passage, I think, there's a number of relevant passages to loosen the ties of the world, but I think the one here, Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there also is your heart. And Jesus is always about what's in your heart, which causes you to act in the world. And if you treasure, going to the gym, what is in your heart? If you treasure having a tan year round, and you live, you don't live in the tropics, what does that say about what's in your heart? What's your priorities regarding God and your loving your neighbor? So then all these, you're working on all these, and this leads you to, I hope you can see these green, a lighter marker, bearing fruit. Basically, the struggles you have in your life are somewhere in here, and you're reducing the struggles in your life so that you can become good soil and you can bear fruit. But you bear fruit by looking at your neighbor, and what do they need? Do they need their heart to be softened in some way? Are they unaware of limitations that they may have? Are they trusting their own wisdom instead of a greater source of wisdom? Do they need to deepen their knowledge of that wisdom? Do they need to focus less on their own outcomes and to see how their limitations are not getting them the outcomes they necessarily want. They're probably not fulfilled, they're probably not at peace. You now have the answer here. It's just a matter of getting your stuff in order so that then you can go forth and loosen too. Worldly distractions. People struggling with their physical needs, really toxic relationships. People need help interacting with each other. They're having trouble forgiving. All of these are kind of just how are people struggling and how can you help them? That's how you bear fruit. At least that's how the direction I feel led to go in. These kind of things. This is what I've lived. This is what I've gone through and I'm going through. And I feel like I'm helping people. I just want to help more. I want to have more of an impact because I feel like the world is in a place where it can go in a couple of different directions. Some really good and some really bad. So we'll see. But it's not all about this world, is it? We're in this world. We love each other, acknowledge God, and then we go to heaven. It's not about. I guess it's not about really making the most of this world per se. It's more following the narrow path so that we can fit through the narrow gate. All right. So. Any comments, questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get to them. And I hope this helps. Peace to you.